Do you apologize for just existing? If you find yourself saying sorry for asking a question, speaking up, or simply taking up space, your brain might be stuck in survival mode. These reactions often aren't random. They are traces of something deeper your brain learned long ago to keep you safe. Trauma doesn't always show up as dramatic flashbacks. Sometimes it appears quietly in everyday habits, thoughts, and reactions that dictate how you move through the world. Today, we're exploring the 7 unexpected ways your past is still pulling the strings in your present life. Way 1. The Fawn Response. One of the most common ways the past controls you is through what psychologists call the Fawn Response. This is a trauma response where you try to maintain safety by staying small, agreeable, and constantly pleasing others. If you grew up in an environment where mistakes were punished harshly or conflict felt dangerous, your brain learned that peace came from keeping others happy. You may have adapted by becoming highly attuned to subtle emotional shifts in others' tone or body language. While people might call you nice or a people pleaser, inside you are practicing a survival strategy designed to avoid the threat of judgment or rejection. Way 2. Hypervigilance and background programs. Have you ever felt exhausted even when nothing big happened? This physical depletion is often linked to hypervigilance. When your nervous system spends years in survival mode, it becomes chronically overworked, constantly scanning for threats. Your brain may be monitoring people's tone, body language, and emotional shifts at all times to anticipate danger before it happens. It's like running dozens of programs in the background of your computer all day long. Even if you aren't using them, they are draining your system's power. By the time you reach the end of a normal day, your mental energy is gone because your security team never took a break. Way 3. The mental replay loop. The past often controls your present by trapping you in a cycle of overthinking. You might replay a simple conversation for hours, wondering if you said something wrong or if someone misunderstood you. This is often a defense mechanism your brain developed to prevent future harm by predicting problems before they occur. Because your past may have included unpredictable reactions from others, your mind tries to solve social interactions like a puzzle to ensure your continued safety. While this strategy once helped you survive, it now traps you in cycles of self-doubt and prevents you from being truly present in your relationships. Does that feeling of needing to check every word you say sound familiar to you? Let us know in the comments if you've ever caught yourself apologizing for something that didn't even require a sorry. Sharing these small realizations is often the first step in signaling to your brain that it's finally okay to stop performing. Way 4. The inability to relax. For people whose nervous systems have adapted to long periods of stress, peaceful situations can feel strangely uncomfortable. When life finally slows down, your body may not know how to switch gears immediately, leaving you feeling tense or braced for impact even when you are safe. This happens because your system is so used to operating in fight or flight mode that quiet moments feel like the calm before a storm. You might feel guilty for resting or find yourself searching for something to fix or worry about just to satisfy that familiar feeling of alertness. Way 5. The wall of selective trust. Your past might be controlling who you let into your life through guarded hearts and tiered trust. If you experience betrayal or emotional harm early on, your brain may associate closeness with risk. You might develop protective beliefs like, people will eventually leave, or if I rely on someone, I will get hurt. This leads to selective self-disclosure, where you only show your authentic self after a long period of pattern recognition and safety testing. While you aren't cold or antisocial, you are using a brain that knows how to protect its inner world from the exhaustion of unearned vulnerability. Way 6. Emotional numbing. Sometimes the brain protects itself by turning the emotions down entirely. This is called emotional numbing or dissociation. It happens when feelings become so overwhelming that the brain decides shutting them down is safer than feeling them at full intensity. You might feel disconnected, numb, or as if you're watching your own life through glass. It's like a fuse blowing out in a circuit so the whole house doesn't burn down. While this mechanism is protective in the short term, over time it can leave you feeling stuck in the very place you want to escape, unable to feel joy or connection. Way 7. Identity-based self-judgment. The final way the past controls you is by turning a behavior into an identity. Psychologists call this identity-based self-judgment. If you have struggled with burnout or been unable to meet certain expectations in the past, you may have labeled yourself as lazy, broken, or a failure. This label becomes a cage. Instead of seeing a mistake as a single event, you see it as who you are. This triggers the brain's threat system, making you want to avoid growth or change to escape the shame of your own self-criticism. Conclusion: rewriting the future. If you recognize yourself in these signs, you are not broken. You are human. Your brain did exactly what it was designed to do. It protected you during difficult times. But adaptation is not destiny. Through self-awareness and self-compassion, you can retrain your nervous system to feel safe again. Healing doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means your past no longer controls your present. You can build a life that feels gentler than the one that shaped you. If this video helped you understand your own mind a little better, please consider subscribing. We are here to make the journey of being human a little less confusing. Take care of your mind, and we'll see you next time.